That's right. That weather system is expected to develop by tonight. Right now, here's a wider perspective of the southeast. You can see a lot of clouds streaming ahead here over central Florida. Expect a few showers as well. But that storm system, this Gulf low that we've been talking about, really not expected to fully develop until we get into tonight into early tomorrow morning. So here's a look at that Gulf system that's expected to move into our area by this weekend, bring us a wide swath of rain, but lots of other impacts as well, including coastal impacts in terms of high surf and seas, beach erosion expected, coastal flooding expected for our beachline communities, and winds still going to be strong this weekend with gusts up to 55 miles per hour. Marquise Media will pinpoint the winds in your neighborhood by neighborhood in a second. And we're also watching the possibility of the severe storm risk, with the greatest possibility after 5 o'clock tomorrow evening, lasting until the overnight hours early Sunday. So here's like a futurecast as I walk you through hour by hour what to expect. So tomorrow morning is actually not looking too bad. It's going to be cloudy and breezy, but the rain really won't move into the area until about lunchtime tomorrow. Look at that widespread rain starting off light initially, and then by the time we get into around 4 or 5 o'clock, we're talking about heavy pockets of rain, which could cause some very heavy downpours, localized flooding as well. Then as we go into the evening, watch as this system continues to move closer to Florida, and that is going to bring us not only just widespread and heavy rain, but the possibility of severe storms embedded in this line. Then as we go into the overnight hours, still looking at the possibility of severe storms popping up here in central Florida. And then finally, as we go into early Sunday morning, that low lifts off to the north and east away from us. On the backside, drier air moves in, and that also moves out the severe weather risk. We are under a level 1 out of 5 risk for areas north and west of Orlando. Orlando on point south, a level 2 out of 5 risk for severe storms, and that includes the possibility for an isolated tornado or two, and also damaging winds, a concern for tomorrow too, with those evening storms into the overnight hours. For more on the other impacts that we'll see with this system, I'll send it over to meteorologist Marquise Meada.
Thank you very much, Cam. Now, between yesterday and today, we've actually noticed a lot of change in forecasting this system that's yet to develop. One of the biggest changes is upgrading the threat for tornadic potential. We're going to take a look at the Helicity model right now. This is tracking vertical wind shear and the overall flow, the steering of the system, in which we see by Saturday in the afternoon, we see a lot of rotation around the metro area, a marginal threat in the afternoon, but that threat now becomes slight, a 2 out of 5 issued by the Storm Prediction Center overnight into Sunday morning. And that yellow swath around the I-4 corridor, that's where we could potentially see a chance for a tornadic spin up overnight. I know those are hard to see overnight as it's going to be pitch black. So the safest place for you to be, of course, will be inside. Now, with that, we have a bucket load of other warnings and advisories. A coastal flood warning that's in place across the I-95 corridor until Saturday in the afternoon. We're expecting beach erosion, flooding to work its way further inland, especially for those low-lying areas. And I wouldn't be surprised if this gets pushed all the way into Sunday, as we'll have those continuous showers and stronger winds. Those stronger winds are increasing your wave heights, hence the reason a high surf advisory remains in place until Sunday morning. Waves close to shore, those could be up to 15 feet, but we'll have much higher wave heights as we move across Saturday and Sunday, which could be anywhere between 11 and 18 feet offshore. Now you see by Monday and Tuesday, after the passing of this low pressure system and a cold front, waves come back towards their seasonal average, still though a little bit high, 4 to 7 feet offshore on Monday and Tuesday. The gustiest wind conditions, those will take place closer to the coastline as well. Wind sustained speeds could be anywhere between 20, maybe 30 miles per hour, and we could see those occasional gusts upwards of 45, maybe even 50 mile per hour speeds. So we got a bit of a lull on Saturday morning, still just cloudy out the door, but winds really start to pick up ahead of the low pressure center moving into the overnight hours. Take a look here, 44 mile per hour gusts out towards Titusville. Could possibly see 50+ mile per hour winds in Melbourne, and that's something you really have to watch out for, as the winds could pick up any debris out on the road, and those debris become projectiles. Heading into Monday, the cold front's going to slowly creep across the southeast. Much drier conditions early to start the work week. We'll see sunshine on Monday and Tuesday, but with that cold front passing us by, much cooler temperatures will be coming your way. So, of course, we do have a first warning weather day issued for Saturday overnight into Sunday morning. After the passing of that low pressure system, though, much more sunshine Monday and Tuesday, but temperatures drop down into the middle of the 60s Monday and the low 60s for Tuesday afternoon.